Don't like how my hair is, but we'll roll with it, as the kids say. Hello everyone, Liam Caddison here. It's time for something that has not been done in quite some time, which is kind of like an information-based video. I believe since the long-term reaction schedules, since then, but they've been substituted for weekly reaction schedules, which I hope have been a huge benefit for those who've been checking them out. And for those who are surprised with what I've just had to say, you can find them on the community tab on my YouTube channel, or on my Twitter handle, LiamCaddison94. I post them every Monday. So yeah, there's that. But I wanted to make this video because we're delving into the scary future. I want to talk about changes that are going to be made to this channel, as well as what I am currently looking for, and life in general, as well as My Hero Academia reactions. Because I'm sure those who have followed my recent My Hero Academia reactions, should I say, know that I've been having a bit of blocking issue from Toho Animation because they've been very naughty boys and girls. So I'm going to give you guys an update on that. I'll probably timestamp what I have to say, so if you guys want to skip My Hero Academia news, then that's perfectly fine. But yeah, let's get into this, because I want to primarily talk about the changes that are going to be happening to this channel, because I think that's the main juice of this. And it has been something that I've been pondering about, because I do worry about these changes, because I know viewers want more. And especially in my kind of situation where I'm not going to be able to offer more, because I can't practically make a living off YouTube at this point. There have to be some sacrifices made so I can put all of the eggs in one basket, because if there's one thing that I am still determined to do, is that I'm determined to make reactions, just that there might have to be lesser than there have been in recent years. But it's okay. It's totally okay, because I'm still going to be doing the main stuff like the CW and Buffy, but I won't have time to, like, after Dollhouse and Doctor Who, I might not have the time to do, okay, let's do 3 other, like, shows on the side as well, because I want to look at opportunities outside of YouTube, primarily barista jobs. Like, I don't know, like, ever since last year I've had a fascination with them, but this is one of my main concerns when it comes to not just jobs, I guess, but also like driving, because I have the opportunity to drive, but I have worries that I'm going to create a complete catastrophe, because the way I see things going in my head, it's probably an overreaction, and it's probably going to be a lot more finer than it is, but I do have this worry that I'm going to cause a complete catastrophe when, like, if I have this opportunity to drive, as well as employment, that the employment area, because, like, if I get given a task, I'm probably going to muck things up 10 times worse. That's the scary thought that is going through my head. And those worries amplified last year, because I was going through a really rough patch. I went through severe depression, and my anxiety levels raised. So I basically took some time to recuperate, and realized that this year was far from salvageable. And so I said at the end of 2019, 2020 is going to be my bitch. I know that might be a bit of a cliche thing to say, but when it comes to me, and whenever it comes to an objective, I'm very, very passionate about it. So when I say 2020 is going to be my bitch, I mean it. And so far there have been a few incidents that have kind of kicked me in the gut, and have been... It's felt like a continuation of 2019, especially my family dog dying, as many of you guys know. That really, really did wreck me, because he was my best friend, and it really, really did hurt me. But I'm not letting that dampen 2020, because I'm still determined to keep the ideal of making this year work for me. Even if we've got the negatives going on, I'm going to turn I'm going to be making positives in 2019. And as of the last week, I have been, and I've been so determined, especially with these barista jobs. There's no guarantee I'm gonna get anywhere near them because I'm still interested in computer jobs and whatnot. It's just like I've had a fascination on that criteria. So, yeah. But I'm determined. I am ready. So, that means that there's a potential that the YouTube side of things is going to change. Well, it's not a potential; it's a guarantee because I don't want a case of overloading, especially how bad I felt for Tortured Boy last year. Because for those who remember last year, Tortured Boy had to stop reacting for quite some time because there was that mental overload, and I don't want to also be a victim there. So, as well as the fact that I still want to do exclusive on Patreon. So, here's the. Is it the 411? I don't know, but I'm trying to think of like that scene in The Simpsons where like Moe's just doing the breakdancing and the shotgun. So yeah, no, but here's basically what's going to be happening in terms of changes made to YouTube in order to compensate for things outside of YouTube, in order to compensate for like the work week. There's going to be strictly 5, maybe 4 40-minute shows a week, which is pretty okay in terms of the CW stuff like Legends and Flash. I'm still committed to that, as well as Buffy and Angel as we are approaching season 4. There might be a 5th there, and I'm wondering if something that I'm going to be talking about in a moment might help compensate for that. But that's the idea. I'm not going to go anywhere above the 5 40-minute shows. So yeah, I'm still going to be doing anime, so that's another couple there added, but I'm not going to be doing any more than 5 40-minute shows. So that's Legends, Flash at this moment, Buffy and Angel. Doctor Who's coming to an end, and I did say that I would do The Mandalorian after Doctor Who, but I'm going to do it after Dollhouse, because Dollhouse won't be that long until it finishes for me, after Doctor Who finishes, so yeah. So that is going to be happening, and I won't be doing any more than 5 40-minute shows, because, and it might be the case that I do 4. I know this is going to be pretty discouraging for some people, but I'm not that guy who is going to pretend that like I'm going to be some kind of big YouTuber or whatnot. I'm going to try and keep it real, and I'm going to be manageable regarding life outside of YouTube. I don't want to overdo myself, and if that means sacrifices, then sacrifices might have to be made. Otherwise, I'm going to risk that opportunity of neglecting all the other areas in my life apart from making videos, because you've got to account for the fact that I do video editing, as well as, like I said, Patreon exclusives, as well as a few other stuff, which I'll get onto in a minute. And once you put all these criterias into accountability, then you can see why I'm wanting to potentially do 4 40-minute shows, maybe 5. So you know what, I've just decided I'll just do some cuts and not one-shot this, which might be for the best in terms of speech, but you don't know. Anyways, speaking of speech, the other thing that I am going to change in terms of this new approach and life outside of YouTube are the reviews. Now, for those who've stuck around, and I do give props to you for sticking around listening to 15 minutes of me rambling, you'll know that my reviews are pretty long, which isn't a bad thing at all, and it's something that is pretty much encouraged. But I do get why people do shorter reviews, because they might not have the time, and I'm realising that, especially with the fact that I might want to do 5 40-minute shows. Not to guarantee that this will work, but I thought of a nice compromise. I can shorten down the review to 7 minutes. Why 7? Because it's my favourite number, so yeah. But if you think about the 4 shows already and you do 7 minutes worth of reviews, add another 7 minutes, then you can pretty much do a 5th episode with all that time spare, can't you? So I've done the maths, okay? But there's no guarantee that this could work because things could be a bit more hectic than I imagined. So that's why I have decided I'm going to cut the reviews down by half, I guess, to 7 minutes. And I'm going to put a timer on so I don't, like, go off to 10 minutes and all that jazz. So yeah, there might be the odd 1 or 2 occasion where I have no other choice but to do like a 1500 minute review, but it's going to be the odd 1 or 2 occasion. It's something that I'm going to be strict about because I want to be able to do other stuff as well. Like I said, I want to do that 5th show, and there's no guarantee that that's going to work, but we'll just have to wait and see. It also might help in terms of attraction because I feel like more people might be compelled to watch the review if it's a bit shorter than the entire review. I'm not so sure myself, but I especially when it comes to me who's not really the best speaker, it might be beneficial. But we'll just have to wait and see. There's a lot of variables to take into account in terms of why a shorter review might be a bit more advantageous, but I am grateful for those who've stuck around for the long reviews because it's not the easiest thing ever, but I do appreciate it. But I will say these reviews have helped me so much, and I still feel like this will help, but yeah, I'm hoping that this will potentially encourage that 5th 40-minute show. But we'll just have to wait and see. But those are the 2 main changes that are happening in terms of what's happening on terms of YouTube. In order to compensate for a career outside of YouTube. So yeah, if I do get that barista job, then awesome. If not, then it's not the end of the world. But it's something that I am putting my foot down on, is a career outside of YouTube, because I want to be able to be financially secure. And like I said, I can't do that as of this minute. I might do one day, and if so, and I know that this might not be pleasant news for like a bunch of people, but I have to find that balance. I have to realize that if I'm going to have a career outside of YouTube, if I'm going for that barista job, then I have to keep that balance, as well as other stuff as well, aside from an employment position. D&D, I know that's technically not outside of YouTube, but it's not me reacting to something, if you get what I mean. So yeah, and I do rewatch the episodes because I'm not able to take down every bit of notes, because notes are important in terms of D&D, so I will rewatch the episode in case I missed something. So yeah, and that's twice a week, so yeah. As well as the fact that some good news came yesterday, that I got a girlfriend. She's called Chloe, and she is very, very sweet, and we have a lot of chemistry, I feel. And yeah, she knows about the fact that I do this as well, so yeah, but I don't want to impact that relationship. So hopefully you guys can understand, with all the variables into account, with, I guess, with D&D, with girlfriend, with employment, I have to make some kind of sacrifice, otherwise I risk overdoing myself. And like I said, I don't want to be in a situation that Alex was in last year, because it broke my heart seeing how hurt he was, and how life was really kicking his rear. So I don't want to be in that position, and I have to make these sacrifices, because like I said, I can't depend on YouTube. If I could, that would be sweet, but I have to be realistic at the same time. So and I really do hope I get this job, because I've been fantasizing it for like last year. If not, then that's okay, because I'm okay at computers. I'm okay with writing. It's just that I have some kind of fascination. So, and I'm weird. So, but you already knew that. But yeah, I won't be able to push the boat out as I have been for these last few years. I guess this is what they call growing up at the end of the day. But I mean, there's all these other people as well out there as well. So, like in terms of reactors, which you can check out, who are way more awesome than me. I'm still going to be reacting at the end of the day, and I do plan to keep on doing that for quite some time. Especially since I've got Buffy and Angel to go through. And I know that like, this means that Buffy and Angel might not finish until, like, 2022. Which is okay, and if you consider that Jess and Blindwave got through Doctor Who within a couple of years. So, yeah, it's just that I have to be realistic and focus on a life outside of YouTube. And be able to find that balance without prioritizing on one thing and overdoing myself, if you get what I mean. So yeah, hopefully you guys do understand that, and hopefully that is okay. There's also the fact that I do want to be responsive to the Cata crew as well, because I know you guys there might be some people who are like, oh, it's okay, but I feel like I've been neglecting responding to the Cata crew, whether it's Discord or the comments. I want to prioritize that again, because I love interacting with you guys. So that's another that is another variable to take into accountability. The other thing I wanted to talk about was My Hero Academia, because for those who've been following, you guys might know that my reactions have been getting blocked left, right, and center. Just the other day, Toho Animation blocked like 4 videos in one day, and it's like, so yeah, fair use. What the hell is that anymore? Why is my hair just... I don't get it. Anyways, I digress. So I've been thinking about what I'm going to do for My Hero Academia. I am thinking of uploading all the blocked reactions, or uploading every reaction from here on to Streamable, maybe. I was thinking about Daily Motion, but I'm not too sure about that. Vimeo, that charges you like that will charge you so much, like after a long period of time. So yeah, so I am thinking of sites to host My Hero Academia reactions rather than YouTube. So that the episodes, I will probably, I don't know if I'll do the Blind Wave approach where they'll do the intro and then the review, just that in the video, and then the links in the description. I might do, but we'll just have to wait and see. Just that the reactions itself will not be on YouTube, because it'll be basically pointless. Even if I lower the opacity, mirror the image, Toho are like, oh, is that a nice reaction you got there? Shame if someone blocked it. And this is the thing, like, they'll stamp a time on saying, you cut this out, like this one triggers the block. You cut that out, oh, this one triggers the block. Oh, this one triggers the block. They are basically blocking the reaction, the entire reaction. They want you to cut out the entire reaction until they can be satisfied. So, yeah, Toho aren't being my best friends at this minute. And I don't know, I was kind of petty in the moment, because I saw all those notifications. Oh, your video's been blocked. Oh, your video's been blocked. And I'm like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't do My Hero Academia reactions, because as much as I love the show, Toho don't appreciate people who are reacting at the end of the day, but I don't want to deprive you guys at the end of the day. So I'm going to possibly find a server to host these reactions, and you guys can go there if you want to check out the My Hero Academia reactions. I'll probably do the Blind Wave approach, where they do the intro, they do the review, and the reaction itself is at an external link. So that's probably my approach for future My Hero Academia reactions. Whereas I'll probably do a playlist to all the reactions that are currently blocked, or something like that. And yeah. I just know that there's no episode this week, so that makes time a bit more easier for me. There's no episode of the dubs, should I say, I think. So, yeah. But that's My Hero Academia. I'm going to find a server to host the episodes on, and that's going to apply to all episodes in the future, because it's basically as useful as wet toilet paper, hosting them on YouTube. So yeah, that's basically all she wrote, basically, because I don't think I've got any other notes, because I put down, what do you want to speak about in this video, Liam? And I think I've touched up upon everything. So yeah, like I said, I hope you guys do understand, because times are changing, and I've got to be realistic about what the future has in store for me. I can't expect to make 500 videos and think maybe this will get me through the week. Like, maybe I can, yeah. Because that's not really the case. Like, if I'm going to, like, be in my own place and all that jazz, then I've got to be realistic about, like, the future, and that means seeking an employment job. But not only that, it's going to help me as well, because the same way YouTube has had an effect on me, because if you go back into the beginning, terrible speaker. These days, I'm not so bad, but who knows? I will probably improve maybe in a couple of years, and maybe that will be of the courtesy of finding a job, because I get to interact with a lot more people as well at the same time. So, as well as this potentially helping my confidence, because like I said, it's been a thing that has scared me, and I'm determined for 2020 to push aside, look, not just push aside, shove, like just yeet that anxiety away, because I have to get over it, like, at some point. I mean, not to say it like that, but I have to face my challenges at some point, and 2020 is a year for that. Like I said, I'm determined for this year to basically be my bitch, and it has done, with the fact that I've found, I mean, like I said, it's not guaranteed that this relationship is going to last, although I do hope it does. But it's a good start. It's one of the goals that I've crossed off in terms of making this year very, very successful, and hopefully finding employment will be another thing that is crossed off the list. And like I said, I hope you guys do understand, because I don't want to overdo myself. So I've got to be realistic and take some sacrifices, because at the end of the day, this isn't my job. It's a hobby at the end of the day. So I can't pretend to assume that this is my job, because it isn't. And at the end of the day, as long as I'm entertaining you guys with Legends, with The Flash, with Buffy as well, that's great, because I don't want to overdo myself, and I don't want to overdo myself at the end of the day. This is a hobby. This is something that I love to do, and I don't want to be in a position where I don't love this anymore, because I've burnt myself out. At the same time as attending a job, as seeing my girlfriend, as well as other activities. I don't want to burn myself out at the end of the day. So hopefully you guys do understand. And yeah, this has been this video. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I will see you guys next time. Toodles! Oof.